Today we're breaking down one of the most electrifying matches in the Liga MX Clausura 2026, a game that had goals, tension, momentum swings, and an unforgettable finish. This is Pumas UNAM versus Toluca, and trust us, you'll want to stick around for this. In football, every match tells a story, and this one was nothing short of a dramatic thriller. Pumas UNAM, known for their attacking spark and passionate supporters, hosted Toluca, a team that had built a reputation in this season as a defensive powerhouse. Going into this match, Toluca had conceded only 2 goals in 8 matches, making them one of the toughest defenses in Liga MX. Meanwhile, the home side had proven they could score, but could they break through one of the league's best backlines? The game exploded into life early. Just minutes into the first half, Pumas were awarded a penalty, and Robert Morales stepped up with calm precision to convert it. The stadium erupted as Pumas took the lead, setting the tone for what would become a goal-filled battle. But Toluca wasn't intimidated. Almost instantly, they struck back. Jesús Angulo found the equalizer, reminding everyone that Toluca's offensive talent matched their defensive discipline. Suddenly, the match was wide open, and neither team was willing to settle. The second half kicked off with relentless intensity. Fans were treated to end-to-end action. Pumas thought they had an edge when Diego Zaragoza restored their lead, but Toluca responded with grit and creativity. Then came the moment that defined the night. Paulinho, Toluca's talisman, struck with the decisive goal, sealing a 3-2 victory on the road. It was a breathtaking finish that showcased strategy, nerve, and pure football passion. This match was more than just goals. It was a narrative of momentum and mentality. Pumas displayed attacking courage and heart, while Toluca showed why consistency and defensive strength are invaluable. For Toluca, it was a statement win. For Pumas, a lesson in resilience. If you love thrilling football breakdowns and deep dives into the game's biggest moments, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we've got more match analysis coming your way.
Welcome back, ball fans. Today, we're breaking down a thrilling Lakers versus Pelicans matchup that delivered late-game drama, stellar performances, and major playoff implications. On March 3rd, 2026, the Los Angeles Lakers hosted the New Orleans Pelicans at Crypto.com Arena. And what a showdown it turned out to be. The final score saw the Lakers secure a hard-fought 110-101 victory after a dramatic comeback in the fourth quarter. But let's rewind for a moment. Before tip-off, both teams headed into this Western Conference clash with notable storylines. The game preview highlighted key injury updates, roster availability, and overall team momentum. While both squads were expected to field competitive lineups, fans were particularly curious about star player statuses and how well each team would execute under pressure. Now let's talk how the game unfolded. The Pelicans came out sharp early, building momentum with consistent scoring and strong ball movement. They led late into the fourth quarter, even holding an 8-point advantage with just over 7 minutes left on the clock. But just when it seemed like New Orleans had control, the Lakers delivered one of the most electrifying stretches of the entire season. A massive 24-7 run in the final minutes completely flipped the game on its head. The Lakers silenced the Pelicans, sparked by key contributions from their stars. Marcus Smart hit crucial plays on both ends of the floor, and clutch threes from both Smart and Luka Doncic sealed the comeback. Speaking of stars, Luka Doncic led the Lakers with 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists, while LeBron James added 21 points and remained active in the stat sheet, inching closer to an all-time scoring milestone. On the Pelicans side, Zion Williamson returned from injury and scored 24 points, proving why he's one of the league's most dynamic talents. Trey Murphy III also delivered a strong performance with 21 points. This win marked the Lakers' third straight victory, keeping their momentum alive as they push toward the playoffs. What's next? The Lakers travel to face the Denver Nuggets, while the Pelicans hit the road to Sacramento. Both games critical as March Madness ramps up. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more NBA analysis and global sports insights. Tonight, a major political upset is unfolding in the heart of America. In a dramatic turn of events, Republican Congressman Dan Crenshaw is facing a serious primary challenge, and early signals suggest he may be in trouble. Texas State Representative Steve Toth is claiming the lead in a race that's quickly becoming one of the most watched Republican battles of 2026. This is not just another local contest. Crenshaw, a former Navy SEAL and well-known national figure, has represented Texas's 2nd congressional district since 2018. Over the years, he built a reputation as a strong voice on national security and foreign policy. But in today's Republican Party, loyalty to the grassroots base matters more than ever, and that's where the fight is intensifying. Steve Toth is campaigning as the more hardline conservative. His message is direct: tougher border enforcement, aggressive spending cuts, and a stronger stand against what he calls Washington compromise politics. His campaign argues that voters want bold action, not establishment-style leadership. According to recent reports, Toth's team believes momentum is shifting in their favor. If confirmed, this would mark a stunning setback for Crenshaw, proving that even high-profile incumbents are not safe in Republican primaries. Political analysts say this race reflects a bigger national pattern. Across the United States, establishment Republicans are being challenged by candidates running further to the right. The 2026 election cycle is shaping up to be a defining moment inside the GOP, a battle over identity, direction, and control. For Crenshaw, the pressure is mounting. He must defend his voting record and reconnect with conservative voters who may feel he has drifted too moderate. For Toth, the strategy is clear. Frame this election as a choice between the old guard and a new, more uncompromising conservative movement. The stakes are high. In heavily Republican districts like this one, the primary winner is almost guaranteed victory in the general election. That means this internal showdown could effectively decide who represents the district in Congress. Is this the beginning of a wider political shift? Or can established Republicans hold their ground? One thing is certain: Texas is once again at the center of America's political storm. Stay with us for more updates on this developing story. What happens when two very different Democrats battle for a chance to flip a Republican stronghold like Texas? A high-stakes election, record turnout, controversy, and a race so close it's nearly tied. Today, we break down the drama in the 2026 Texas Democratic Senate primary, where Jasmine Crockett and James Tellerico are locked in a nail-biter that could reshape America's political map. Texas, long a bastion of Republican power, has become a battleground state. Democrats see 2026 as their best shot in decades to win a U.S. Senate seat. But first, they must settle their own internal clash. At the center of it are two charismatic yet contrasting figures: Jasmine Crockett, a bold and combative congresswoman, and James Tellerico, a thoughtful, faith-inspired state representative. Jasmine Crockett entered the race late, but made an immediate impact. Known for fiery debates, viral moments in Congress, and strong progressive credentials, she's become a media sensation. Though her campaign has been unconventional, marked by little traditional advertising and being outspent significantly by her opponent's operation. In contrast, James Tellerico built his campaign on a message of love, unity, and moral leadership, even bringing religious themes into secular political spaces. He's raised millions, benefited from strong advertising, and pitched himself as someone who can win beyond the Democratic base. As votes from around the state continue to trickle in, this primary has turned into one of the closest in recent memory. According to official returns, Tellerico holds a razor-thin lead with 49.7%, while Crockett trails closely at 49.1%, and neither candidate has crossed the 50% threshold needed to avoid a runoff. Delays in key counties, especially Dallas, Crockett's home base, have complicated the results and sparked confusion at the polls. A Texas Supreme Court order even required separation of late ballots, adding to the uncertainty. This is not just a local contest, it's a symbol of broader struggles within the Democratic Party. Crockett's firebrand style resonates deeply with core progressive voters, while Talarco's coalition-building approach aims to peel off centrists and independents, crucial in a state like Texas. With the Democratic nominee set to challenge a Republican in November, the stakes couldn't be higher, and this primary will be viewed nationwide as a barometer of Democratic strategy in a changing America. So, what do you think? Who is the better shot in the general election? The fierce Crockett or the hopeful Talarico? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into global and American political power plays.
Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're breaking down America's first decisive political moment in the 2026 midterm cycle, the high-stakes primaries in Texas, North Carolina, and Arkansas. This isn't just election results. This is a snapshot of the evolving fight for control of Congress, inter-party insurgencies, voter frustration, and what it could mean for the November general election. Let's dive in. Texas, long a Republican stronghold, has become ground zero for political drama on both sides of the aisle. First, the headline: the Republican U.S. Senate primary is heading to a runoff between incumbent Senator John Cornyn and State Attorney General Ken Paxton after neither candidate secured a majority. Cornyn, a seasoned GOP senator since 2002, angered by establishment support and big-name endorsements. Paxton, controversial and Trump-aligned, widely viewed as a populist insurgent. Despite legal scandals and ethical questions, his base remains fiercely loyal, raising questions about how much traditional ethics matter to voters today. This contest has already smashed records, with over $110 million spent in advertising, making it one of the most expensive Senate primaries in U.S. history. On the Democratic side, the battleground is equally intense. James Talarico, a younger state legislator and political up-and-comer, and Jessamine Crockett, a sitting congresswoman known for confrontational rhetoric, especially against former President Trump. Early returns have shown a neck-and-neck battle, record turnout, and even confusion at polling stations, especially in Dallas and Williamson counties, where voters were turned away due to unexpected precinct changes. The Democrats' outcome is critical. Texas hasn't elected a Democratic U.S. senator since 1988. Whoever wins faces an uphill general election. Meanwhile, Governor Greg Abbott, a dominant conservative figure, breezed to his fourth GOP nomination, reinforcing the deeply Republican nature of statewide politics. North Carolina also saw key primary action that could reshape the Senate map in November. In the Senate race, former Democratic Governor Roy Cooper easily secured the Democratic nomination, and Michael Whitley took the Republican nomination, setting the stage for a must-watch November showdown. House races, including the rematch between incumbent Representative Valerie Fauci and challenger Nita Allen, are drawing attention as well, with narrow margins and voter engagement that defy expectations. North Carolina's mixed electorate, from urban progressives to swing rural voters, makes it a true bellwether state and a major focus for both parties in Arkansas. The story is less dramatic, but still politically significant. The deeply conservative state saw its Republican incumbents, including Senator Tom Cotton and Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, dominate their primaries with little opposition, underscoring Arkansas's status as one of the firmest GOP strongholds in the country. Democrats here face an uphill battle and will need strategic groundwork to make any inroads come November. So what does all this tell us? 1. The Republican Party is deeply fractured. Paxton's success shows the resilience of the MAGA line base even in the face of controversy, while establishment figures fight to hold ground. 2. Democratic enthusiasm is surging in unexpected places. Historic turnouts in the Texas Democratic primaries hint at growing frustration with national politics, especially among younger and minority voters. 3. Primaries are shaping the November battlefield early. North Carolina's Senate matchup and Arkansas's predictable GOP dominance are early signals of the national fight ahead. These primaries aren't just local contests. They're a barometer for American political mood, party strategy, and how 2026 might unfold. If you found this breakdown helpful, quickly hit like and subscribe for daily global politics and current affairs updates. Drop a comment below. Which race surprised you the most? Thanks for watching. See you in the next deep dive.